Hi there, band. Welcome to week 5 of our online instruction. This week we have a new song, of course. It is 4.29, Marche Militaire. Now, of course, we're going to be talking through some things I want you to think about with the song, but most importantly is we're going to talk through strategies. We're going to be isolating rhythms today. So let's get started. First, looking at the song, I do see some accidentals here. The book calls these new notes. Now, these aren't really new notes. We've played them before, but for flutes, you have an E natural. By the way, you can look at how to finger this new note on the song just above Marche Militaire. You see it there? So for clarinets, you have a low F sharp. You're going to use your what we call the Coolio key on your right hand pinky. Saxophones, you have an open C sharp. Trumpet, second valve F sharp. Trombone, you have an E natural, second position. And bells, you have an E natural as well. Moving on, back to our song. Let's look at some other things we need to know. Of course, we always want to look at the accidentals. We just talked about that. We also want to look at the time signature. 2 beats per measure. It's in 2/4 time, so we're thinking 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. And of course, let's look at the key signature. This song, by the way, we're looking at the flute music. This song is in B flat major. Make sure you look at your key signature before you start playing. So the main strategy we're going to use today is we're going to isolate the rhythms. This song has a whole bunch of different notes in it, but looking at the rhythms, there really are only 4 different rhythms we have to know. The first rhythm is quarter, eighth, eighth. And the way we count that is 1, 2, and. So what I'd like you to do, and we're going to do this together, look at the song and let's see if we can figure out every single measure that has the rhythm 1, 2, and. So my eyes are scanning along. See if you can get to it before me. There at measure 5. Look at that. Quarter, eighth, eighth. There's another one. Next line. Right away, there's another one. Another one. This happens to be the most common rhythm in the whole song. Measure 13. Quarter, eighth, eighth. And on the 3rd line, I see 1. That's all of the places where we have quarter, eighth, eighth. Now here's the strategy. This works great in the band room. It's going to take some concentration for you at home. I'm setting my metronome here to a nice steady 76 beats per minute. And I'm going to think through the entire song. The only time I get to play is when I get to that quarter, eighth, eighth rhythm. Wherever there's a star, that's the only time I get to play it. All right, I'm going to play it on flute. Let's do this together. 1 and 2, and here we go. Did you do it? Did you follow along? All right, this takes some concentration, doesn't it? Let's look at another rhythm here. The next rhythm has 2/8 followed by a quarter note, and the way we count that is 1 and 2. So we're going to look through the song for every place that has 1 and 2. See if you can get to it before I do, scanning across the line. Look at that, there's nothing on the first line. Second line, there's one. Going on to the 3rd line. Finally, look at that, a whole bunch in a row. And one last measure where you see 1 and 2. Metronome's back on. We're going to perform the whole song, but only the measures that have that star. Only the ones with 1 and 2. So follow along with your eyes. 1 and 2, and here we go. 1, 2, 2, and 13. And stop. All right, that was a little harder with all those empty measures right in a row. Next rhythm, the third of our four rhythms, is 4/8 notes in a row. And the way we count those is 1 and 2 and. So let's look through our music and see if we can find every single measure where you see 1 and 2 and. And of course, we're going to mark it with a star. Wait, that's not a star. Oh well, let's find all of the 1 and 2 and measures. If you're hunting for Easter eggs, I think you found it. These are all the spots where we have the rhythm 1 and 2 and. So just like before, let me start my metronome, and we only get to play on those measures with the 4/8 notes. 1 and 2, and here we go. All right, we have one more rhythm to get to. It's our easiest rhythm. It's a half note. A half note lasts for 2 counts, but when we count it, we only say 1. We're going to say 1. Well, where does the second beat go? It's kind of contained within that 1, isn't it? We're saying 1 and we're thinking and 2 and. So think a nice long 1 when we get to those half notes. Where are the half notes? 1, 2, 3 of them. Here we go. Let's break it down. From the beginning, only play the half notes. And 1 and 2, and here we go. Well, look at that. We've isolated all 4 rhythms. Now, get ready. We're ready to play the whole enchilada. Ooh, look at that. Delicious looking enchilada. I sure could go for an enchilada right about now. Oh, wait. I got to stay focused here. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, music. We're going to play the whole thing, Marche Militaire, from the beginning. And of course, you know this is your assignment during the week to learn this song. So from the beginning, 1 and 2, and here we go. Well, that's our song. That's our assignment, everybody. You know that once you've practiced it at home and you feel very comfortable with it, you are going to make a video of yourself and send it to me or leave it on my voicemail. I can't wait to hear from you. And of course, until next time, happy practicing!